The spiritual formation curriculum at United is actually quite extensive. The students that come in for like a full MDiv will end up with 12 hours of spiritual formation, which is really exciting for a curriculum of 72 hours to dedicate that amount of time to the formative time for students. But one of the things I love with my colleagues in all the departments is that no matter the classroom that the student might find themselves in, they're going to encounter some form of spiritual formation in that class. In particular, I get to work through with students and helping them go deeper in getting that foundation of hearing God, being grounded in their practice, encountering the Lord and expecting that they would encounter the Lord. And that, I think, is quite rare. I went to seminary. I pastored for 13 years before coming into the academy, and to know how critical it is to have sure footing there. When there's a text that they come across that's like, wow, okay, now I'm starting to understand what it means to live a life of devotion, along with the discipleship, along with all the many things we get wrapped up in doing. Because we have students that are already pastoring, we have students that come to seminary after they've been in a career in the church, and then we have students that are brand new and kind of navigating what they want to do or what they feel the Lord guiding them to do. It's a very rich conversation that's had in those peer settings and in the formation groups. And a lot of pastors maybe don't have a place where they can turn off the leadership and turn on the worship. And when they come to campus here, or when they have their prayer time with their groups, like they're able to turn off the lead and to be able to surrender to the Lord and to surrender in worship. And that's always very lovely to see that moment of rest and renewal. And that's class time. That is class time. The sweet spot that we have found here at United of formation and academic rigor, and then also church renewal, is just something that is very unique to this seminary. What you're encountering in the course, transforming you, but then also filtering into how you help others to grow spiritually and their spiritual maturity and their Christ-likeness and their holiness. So even the assignments themselves are geared towards the implications for the church and how this translates to ministry. Maybe most of the degree for a student is online, but then they finally get to encounter the students that they've had in classes for a couple of semesters. And when they come to campus here, or when they have their prayer time with their groups, and some sort of light bulb comes on. You're doing a spiritual discipline, and then you're reflecting on what that was like. It's the time for them to reflect on how God has encountered them that week, or how God has met them, or how they have cried out and they are still waiting to hear back. Slow down and start to encounter the Lord. And they can do that here because of the great openness to the way that the Holy Spirit moves in this seminary.